2 years ago, I bought the 3 cheapest gaming monitors I could find on Lazada.
Yung pinakamura talaga.
That video has over 90,000 views and you might be wondering, sa sobrang mura nila, buhay pa ba sila? It's update time, so we'll be updating you on those cheap gaming monitors, but we'll also be updating you about the Huntkey PSU. Daming nanood dun sa video review namin, 32,000 views on TikTok. We said at the time na it was surprisingly good, but that was 8 months ago, and hindi sikat yung Huntkey para sa PSUs nila. So good pa ba siya ngayon? Kasama sa update yung mga Aisurix GPUs. We got these around early 2023 and a lot of people have commented about the Aisurix GPUs. Sa experience ba namin, buhay pa ba yung mga units na nasa amin? Not just the Aisurix GPUs, but we'll also be letting you know about the Prism Plus monitors. These were pretty good entry-level gaming monitors, which we also got last year. Are those guys still alive? So, ang dami mga products. We have GPUs, we have different brands like Zotac, Kingbank for the RAM, FSP for the PSUs. Daming different categories of components, daming different brands involved. So we took a lot of the things that we looked at over the past 2 years and we're gonna let you know if they're dead or alive. But before all of that, there is one brand we've been relying on since September 2020. Cheap products, excellent customer service, reliable, and they even let us do goofy ads.
Sawa ka na ba sa unactivated Windows mo? Well, lucky you! Pinakabago mula sa cdkeyoffer.com. Windows 10 and Windows 11 activation codes. Legit, safe, at pinakamura. Madali lang umorder. Hanapin ang Windows version na gusto mo. Piliin ang preferred payment method. Wala pang 5 minutes, nag-CDK ka na para sa Windows mo. Marami na kaming natulungan.
Dati, sad and depressed ako. But now, I found the love of my life.
Dati, aimless and walang purpose ang life ko. But now, I'm a world-class Zumba instructor.
So, web developer ako and content creator for a YouTube channel. And ngayon, ganun pa rin ako pero activated na yung Windows ko.
Kaya kung naghahanap ka ng legit, mura, at original software,
Check out cdkeyoffer.com.
Check out cdkeyoffer.com.
Check out cdkeyoffer.com. To recap, back in October 2022, I bought the cheapest gaming monitors I could find on Lazada. All of them were 24 inches, running at 165 Hz, and the price range was between 5,900 and 7,000 pesos. Even when they were new, we already noted some quality issues with some of them. What the hell is this? And as it turned out, we were right on the money. We used all of those fairly equally as monitors in the shop, so they got daily use, but nothing too extreme. The Migo monitor we were concerned about died July of this year. Didn't even make it to 2 years. Press F. The Rev ML is still working, but has both vertical and horizontal lines showing on the display, which is a clear sign of a failing monitor. We'll continue to use it, but sooner or later, bibigay yan. I don't think it will last another year. Lastly, we have the Viewpoint, which was the most expensive monitor at almost 7,000 pesos. And it is working just fine. No problems at all. So out of 3 monitors, 2 years later, mga 1.5 lang gumagana. The Migo is dead, the Rev ML is terminal, but still displaying, and the Viewpoint is very much alive. In this case, you paid what you were getting for. Yes, the Viewpoint was the most expensive, but it's also the one that has stood the test of time. The Migo was actually quite close in price at around 6,500 pesos, and the Rev ML was really cheap at around 5,900. Sometimes getting cheap can be good, but not at the expense of longevity. We have other videos detailing how you can get PC parts for cheaper, but they are still quality. Not like the Migo and not like the Rev ML. On a personal note, natuwa ako that even in our initial review, we expressed reservations about the Migo.
Siya yung may white spot, not a dot, as in spot talaga, dun sa lower left portion starting from day 1.
Noting problems with its build quality, and those really caught up with it. Wala pang 2 years, dead na siya. Whatever we review, we really take it seriously and examine the product to the best of our ability. and it was satisfying to see that play out in this case. Still sticking with more entry-level monitors, pero this time from a more reputable brand, we got these two Prism Plus monitors around May 2023, so they are around a year and a half with us. Prism Plus is an established brand from Singapore. Di pa siya ganun kasikat compared to some others, but there is an existing warranty system in place in case you have trouble. We do have some trouble, but just very minor. One of the Prism Plus monitors, the X240 V4, so that's 24 inches, 1080p curved. Occasionally, when you are turning on the PC for the first time at the start of the day, monitor won't display. It's easily fixed though by replugging the monitor cable on either end. So not a big deal by any means, but worth mentioning. Definitely the monitor is still very much alive. The other Prism Plus we have is the X270 Pro, so that's 27 inches, 1440p curved, and that is working out just fine, no issues at all. After around a year and a half, I'd say the overall health of the Prism Plus monitors is at 98%. Looking good, and we can keep abusing them in the shop. More on monitors, we have the BenQ EX2780Q, which I am currently using. And this one actually came from a customer. She bought it a while back, but after more than a year, she started getting these vertical black bars on the screen. Out of warranty period na yung monitor, but we still wanted to help our customer. So I also had a BenQ EX2780Q, exact same model. I used it as my primary gaming monitor before. And many times, the stock in our shop is stuff that we've actually used. So we can genuinely recommend them to customers since we have experience with them. So I still had the same model monitor without any issues. So the solution we came up with was, I asked the customer, unfortunately, out of warranty na siya. We won't get any help from the brand or the supplier, but we can still try to help you out. We can swap monitors. You'll get my old monitor, so basically second-hand, pero ako lang naman gumamit, and it has no issues, and then I'll get your monitor with the black bars. I was okay with getting the monitor with the black bars since I would only be using it as a secondary monitor. You can see it as the underslung monitor in my setup. Customer was happy to swap, and up to now, I think my old monitor is doing just fine without any issues. However, the monitor from the customer is just getting worse and worse. The black bars keep getting larger. When I said earlier about the RevML that black bars are a sign that a monitor is failing, I know from personal experience. But overall status, almost dead. Last monitor na talaga I got is ROG G48UQ as my primary monitor around 2 years ago. It's OLED, it's beautiful, but OLED, especially the earlier generations, had trouble with burn-in, dead pixels, basically longevity issues. I have a recent longer video about this, so I won't get into too many details here. The older video you can check out. But basically, I have no problems at all with the PG48UQ. It's still beautiful, and it was a little expensive when I bought it, but I have no regrets at all. Status, buhay na buhay, and if God forbid there was a fire at my place, I would probably get my 2 children out first, and then come back for the PG48UQ. My wife can walk, so she can take care of herself. Onto GPUs and a brand which has become kind of infamous for Philippine PC enthusiasts, Aisurix. Aisurix GPUs are cheap. A lot of people say that's because they're second-hand and just basically given a fresh coat of paint. I think dati, tinanong ko na si Aisurix directly if their GPUs were new, and their rep said yes, they are. Make of that what you will. In all of our Aisurix GPU review videos, we said that it's really a gamble. Price is good, but we can't comment yet on how long they last. Well, now we can. We have received a total of 6 Aisurix GPUs. We can't keep tabs on all of them since we sold some and one was in our 2023 Christmas giveaway PC. But we do have data for 3 Aisurix GPUs. The 5500 XT, which we received January 2023, was actually bought by one of the Hardware Sugar staff. Currently, it is working just fine, no complaints from him. The RX 580 White, reviewed October 2023, is still working, also no problems, but we don't use it a lot. Pang backup GPU lang in case we need another one for a test bench. The 560 XT, which we reviewed June 2023, we use all the time, as it is one of the primary GPUs we actively use for our test setup. So this one has been used a lot, and there are still no problems with it at all. So of the 3 Aisurix GPUs, we were able to keep track of all 3 are 100% healthy. That said, we have heard a lot of complaints through the comments about Aisurix GPUs breaking, and worse, the brand making it hard to claim on warranty. The problem with anecdotal data like this is that it's hard to quantify. Marami ba talaga nasisira? Ano yung rate of failure nila? We don't know. Based on our experience with the Aisurix GPUs, the ones we have are still holding up quite well. That said, the advice I mentioned before in all of our reviews still seems to be applicable. Buying them is a gamble. Yes, the price is attractive, but there are risks also involved with that low price. It's up to the customer, you, to determine kung worth it ba yung sugal na yun, if the low price justifies those additional risks. One item though, which is relatively cheap and seems to be good value for money, is the Huntkey MVP K850 PSU, which we received April 2024. A lot of people were interested in this since price was good, but Huntkey isn't really known for their PSUs. I'm happy to report that the PSU is still going strong, and we have been using it a lot to stress test things since it's also ATX3. No problems at all with the MVP. Status, very much alive. No problems also with the FSP Hydro PTM Pro 750W 80 Plus Platinum, which we reviewed October 2021. It somehow, di ko alam paano, made its way into my personal rig, and I've been using it for years without any problems. FSP is well regarded in the industry, one of the few brands which makes their own PSUs, and a lot of the other brands use FSP PSUs and just rebrand them. So no surprise na after 3 years, still going strong pa rin siya. Another shop item which mysteriously wound up, again I have no idea how, in my personal rig is the GPU I'm using, the Zotac 3080. This was actually a GPU initially bought by a customer, but he reported that one of the fans was not spinning properly, so he decided to return the GPU. We gave him full credit, and then he bought another 3080 of a different brand from us. The plan was to send the Zotac 3080 for RMA, but we wanted to see if we could replicate the fan problem. So I decided to test it. And you know, that fan problem is just hard to replicate. So I'm still testing it 3 years later. Alam naman tayo sa hardware sugar, hardworking, we want to get to the root of the problem before we send it back. Joking aside, I really had no problems with this card, which is technically second-hand. Even on full load, games do not crash, so the card must be getting enough cooling. On full load, I don't mind the GPU fan noise since it's drowned out by game noises anyway. And it's also reassuring to hear those noises since the whole initial problem with the card was supposed to be the fan. Quite happy with the second-hand card. It never made it to RMA. Also, very happy with the Kingbank RAM we received October 2023. Kingbank is not that well known, but this product is solid. Other brands na mas sikat still have stability issues with DDR5. But this kit from Kingbank is our go-to for testing systems with DDR5, and it has never failed us. Our most stable DDR5 test kit. If a CPU and MOBO are healthy, the RAM runs perfectly. And having stable RAM is super important for diagnostics since that's one less thing we need to worry about causing problems in a system which already has reported problems. I think in my previous review, I said Kingbank was surprisingly good, and we stand by that a year later. Pleasantly surprised how well this unknown brand is doing. I will end this update video though on an annoyed note and at a well-known brand at that. Not directly computer related, but we have covered wearables in the past. I've owned 3 Fitbit so far. 2 of them have been brand new. And both of those, the brand new ones, a Charge 5 and a Charge 6, died on me less than a year after their purchase. Sakto, as I was preparing this video, the Charge 6 I bought Feb 2024 died on me. So RIP 10 months after purchase. I don't lead a super active lifestyle, so I have no idea why these Fitbits keep dying on me, but enough is enough. Never again na ako sa Fitbit. I am hooked though on tracking health metrics, so I'm considering other brands. I'm sure I'll post something to the channel when I get a new tracker. In the meantime, I'm using my old Pixel phone, so this is Gen 1, as a stand-in tracker. So after years of use, those are some highlights of parts which are alive and dead. Some good surprises, some surprising flops. Other channels only cover what's new and forget about them. Hanggang new hardware, exciting, sexy new things lang sila. But here at Hardware Sugar, we see a lot of old items in our own experience at the shop and in our own personal uses. And that probably fits in more with the actual use cases of many viewers and customers. So I hope this video was helpful for you, and thanks for watching.